Did you know that there was an assassination attempt against a Supreme Court justice this week? Well, if you follow the legacy media, you didn't know. ABC, NBC, CBS, and CNN, on all of their major Sunday political shows, mentioned this assassination attempt exactly 0 times. That's right, they had time to cover Pride Month, they had time to cover the whims of the new press secretary, but couldn't find any time to talk about a person who'd been incited by Democrats that attempted to assassinate a Supreme Court justice because Democrats don't like the way the Supreme Court decided on abortion rights. Now, I don't even have to tell you how much different this coverage would have been had it been, remember there was a case that came in front of the Supreme Court about the election and it didn't go Trump's way? Imagine if a Trump supporter would have been upset about that and went to Sotomayor or Ruth Bader Ginsburg's home and tried to assassinate them. I can't tell you how insane the coverage would have been. It would have been the top story in the New York Times. This story was on page A10 of the New York Times, a little blurb, when a Democrat tried to assassinate someone. And remember, my standard isn't that this is incitement by the Democrats. This is the standard of the Democrats themselves. They said that Trump calling for a peaceful protest and to go somewhere peacefully was tantamount to him inciting violence and an insurrection, so much so that it meant he had to be impeached. And yet, when we had Chuck Schumer, for example, say that Kavanaugh had reaped the whirlwind and he was going to pay the price, or Lori Lightfoot, Chicago's Democratic mayor, saying it was a call to arms, or even the press secretary for Biden saying that, and we know that these rallies or these protests outside Supreme Court justices' homes are illegal, but she supported them and the Democrats and Biden supported them. So after all of that, according to their standard, they incited violence in an assassination attempt, but we don't hear anything about it. And this is par for the course. They never hold themselves to the same standard, and they bury anytime there is huge amounts of violence or crazy stuff that occurs that comes from their side. Remember, they tried to assassinate Scalise and a bunch of Republicans at a ball field. That was just deemed all violence is bad, and this story was buried. So don't take them serious. They don't care about political violence. They'll bury it if they think it'll harm their side, and it shows even more ridiculous how this January 6th show trial is. They don't care about the violence as long as it benefits them side.